watching What's Going On. I'm Toi Creel. Well, this next segment might be music to your ears. Hush Music Entertainment, LLC, is giving artists a platform here in Toledo. And today, to tell us more, is the CEO, Calvin. Calvin, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
AKA King Veno. That's your stage name?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so can you tell us, first of all, what type of genre do you represent with Hush Music?
Hip hop and R&B. A little bit of pop, too. Sometimes rock and roll. The artists feel edgy.
So most of it is kind of hip hop and R&B artists.
Yes.
So is that kind of rap music? And then where can we listen to your artist music?
On all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Toledo, anything. Sometimes it's on Peloton, too, now.
Okay, come on, Peloton. And why do you think it's important to support local artists and to give them a platform?
Because we talk about the story about us. We all grew up, like my song, Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. Everybody knows Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. And you know what I'm saying? It's an art, you know? Yeah,
it's an art form to be able to represent your area. I think we have probably some footage of Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. Yeah. So this, kind of talk to us about the inspiration behind this song and how you came up with it.
Because I grew up on, around Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. I went to Robinson, I went to Scott, I went to Nathan Hill, and everybody relates to it. It's like the Bancroft is like the main street in Toledo, that and Door Street.
Now, how did you actually decide to start your own music label?
That's way back in high school. Me and my friend Tyrone, we call him Ty Wheels, he down in Columbus now. We used to draw, we used to make comic books, and then we used to make raps in class and stuff, and it just took off. And as I got older, I had my younger cousins, they came from Atlanta, and they wanted to get down with it, so we had no studio, we had no beats, so I started to step to the side and take care of the legal terms and make the beats and engineering and all that.
Now, in terms of developing artists, what are some of the things that you do and provide for them under Hush Music?
For studio, I provide graphic designs, I provide the shows, I go out and get the connects and all that.
If you had any advice or just words of encouragement for upcoming artists, what would that be?
Make sure you got your publishing and your registrations first. If you're in the studio working on music and all that and you're trying to put it online, it's no sense of doing it unless you get published first, because publishing is like your application, it's your tax forms.
How long does that process work? Or how long does that process take?
Like half a month.
Oh, wow.
It's not long.
So make sure your business is together before you actually just put the music out there.
Yes, and make sure you're buying your beats. Quit using free YouTube beats.
Why can't you use free YouTube beats?
Because everybody has them.
Oh.
And you go to a show and the next person performing off the same beat, it ain't gonna look right.
And then what are some common mistakes that you see artists make?
They come to the shows, sometimes they always using their phone instead of having a flash drive. And, you know, CDs obsolete, so some people still bring CDs.
So that
and then nobody promotes their sales. They just go online and try to make it word of mouth instead of putting stickers up, putting flyers in the stores and stuff like that.
Well, people are interested in more of your hits, like Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. Where can they go to check out what you've got going on?
You can Google us. You can Google Hush Music Ent. You can Google King Veno. You can Google any of my artists. But like I said, we on Apple Music, Spotify, Toledo, YouTube, every platform where they play music.
Oh, and is there any artists that you look to, or were there larger artists, were there local artists that you look up to, or as far as serve as an inspiration?
I more look up to the companies like Sony and Universal. I want to be in their steps.
Ooh, I was gonna say, so what goals or dreams do you have for Hush Music?
Tours right now. We want to tour the country, but right now we got to get the vehicles ready and all that. We got the promoters to set up the shows, but it's getting there.
Oh, so is it mostly kind of touring in Toledo as far as now?
Touring the East Coast. This Monday we got a show in Pennsylvania, and that Tuesday we got to go down to Charlotte. Ooh. And then this Saturday we in Cleveland.
What is the advice that you give to upcoming artists as far as getting together their performance, as far as getting together their music, as far as branding themselves as artists?
Make sure you know your music. Make sure you practice. Don't go on stage, just stand there holding the mic. Do a little dance or something. Do something to make them remember.
Make people remember you.
Right.
So again, how can they find out more about Hush Music, or if they even want to get involved, how can they do that?
Like I said, Google us. You can Google me.
Don't you have a website?
Facebook, Instagram, everything Hush Music Ent or King Veno.
Awesome. All right, well, King Veno, any last words for the people?
check out our music.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
All right.
Okay, Bancroft, Door, and Stickney. I'm singing the words now. Well, coming up.